Picture this. You've just launched your dream business and you have an amazing product, a sleek website, and you're ready to take on the world. But there's one problem. Nobody knows you exist. So you turn to Google Ads thinking it's going to be your golden ticket to success. And then you fast forward 3 months and you've spent thousands of dollars with barely anything to show for it. Sound familiar? Well, you're not alone. Today, we're going to answer the $1,000,000 question I get asked all the time. Are Google Ads actually worth it? And more importantly, how do you know if they're right for your business? I'm going to give you the complete breakdown of Google Ads, the good, the bad, and sometimes the expensives. We'll cover all if they work brilliantly, when they're a complete waste of money, and the real factors that determine success. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly whether Google Ads should be a part of your marketing strategy. Here's the reality check. Let's start with some hard truths. Google Ads can absolutely transform your business. I've seen companies go from zero to millions in revenue using Google Ads effectively. But I've also seen businesses burn through their entire marketing budget in weeks with nothing to show for it. The difference isn't luck, and it's not some secret formula. It comes down to understanding what Google Ads actually are and what they're designed to do. Google Ads are essentially a marketplace where you bid for the right to show your ad when someone searches for specific keywords. You pay when someone clicks on your ad, hence the term pay-per-click or PPC advertising. Here's what most people get wrong. Google Ads aren't a magic solution that automatically brings you customers. They're a tool. And like any tool, they're only as effective as the person using them. The statistics paint an interesting picture. The average Google Ads account has a conversion rate of about 2.35% across all industries. That means out of 100 people who click your ad, only 2 or 3 will actually buy something. Meanwhile, the average cost per click ranges from $1 to $2 in most industries, but can go as high as $50 or more in competitive keyword industries like legal and insurance. Google Ads can work brilliantly, though. When do Google Ads actually work? There are specific scenarios where they shine. First, when you have a proven product or service with strong market demand, if people are already searching for what you offer, Google Ads can put you right in front of them at the exact moment they're looking to buy. This is called high commercial intent traffic. Second, when you understand your numbers, successful Google Ads campaigns require you to know your customer lifetime value, your profit margins, and how much you can afford to spend to acquire a customer. If you sell a product for $100 with a $30 profit margin, you know you can spend up to $30 to acquire a customer and still break even. Third, when you have the budget to test and optimize, Google's isn't a set it and forget it platform by any means. It requires constant monitoring, testing, and refinement. You need enough budget to gather meaningful data and make informed decisions. Number 4, when you're in a business where immediate results matter, unlike SEO or content marketing, which can take months to show results, Google Ads can drive traffic and sales from day one. This makes them particularly valuable for new businesses that need cash flow quickly, or seasonal businesses or product launches. Finally, Google Ads work when you have a strong landing page and conversion process. All the traffic in the world won't help if your website doesn't convert visitors into customers. When are Google Ads a waste of money? Now, let's talk about when Google becomes a money pit. The biggest mistake I see businesses jumping into Google Ads without understanding the fundamentals. If you don't know your customer acquisition cost, lifetime value, or profit margins, you're essentially gambling with your marketing budget. Google Ads also struggles when your product or service has a very low search volume. If nobody's searching for what you sell, you either get very little traffic or you'll end up bidding on extremely broad, expensive keywords that don't convert well. They're also problematic for businesses with very low profit margins. If you're only making $5 profit per sale, but it costs you $3 to get someone to click your ad, you need an extremely high conversion rate to make that work, and that's generally unrealistic. Another scenario where Google Ads fails is when businesses have poor websites or really unclear value propositions. You might get people to click your ad, but if your website is confusing, slow, or doesn't clearly explain why someone should buy from you, these clicks become expensive lessons rather than profitable customers. Google Ads also tend to be less effective for businesses that require a long sales cycle or multiple touch points before someone makes a purchase decision. While they can still play a role in these situations, they rarely complete the solution. So here's the real cost beyond clicks. Here's something most people don't understand when evaluating Google Ads, and that is the hidden costs. Yes, you pay for each click, but that's just the beginning. You need to factor in time investment, keyword research, ad creation, ongoing optimization. And if you're doing this yourself, that takes time. If you're hiring someone, that's additional cost on top of your ad spend. Many businesses also need to invest in landing page optimization and conversion tracking setup and analytics tools to make Google work the most effective way that it can. These aren't technically Google ad costs, but they're necessary investments for your success. There's also the learning curve costs. Most businesses don't get Google Ads right immediately. You're likely to spend the first few months learning what works and what doesn't. And that education comes with a price tag. The competitive factor is huge as well. In competitive industries, you might be bidding against companies with much larger budgets, driving up costs for everyone. What worked 2 years ago might be completely unaffordable today. And here are some industry-specific considerations. Different industries see vastly different results with Google Ads, and it's crucial to understand where your business fits. E-commerce businesses often do well with Google Ads because the buying intent is clear and the conversion tracking is straightforward. Someone searching for buy iPhone 15 case is probably ready to purchase. Service-based businesses can struggle more because the sales cycle is longer and the value proposition is harder to communicate in an ad. However, local service businesses like plumbers, electricians, dentists, chiropractors, roofers, HVAC all do extremely well because they're targeting people with immediate needs in a very specific geographic area. B2B companies face unique challenges because their customers often need to go through lengthy decision-making processes involving lots of different people. Google Ads can work for B2B, but success often requires a different approach, which is focused on lead generation rather than immediate sales. High-ticket items require different strategies than lower-cost products. If you're selling something that costs thousands of dollars, people are unlikely to buy immediately after clicking an ad, but they might sign up for a consultation or download a guide. The bottom line, making the decision. Are Google Ads worth it for your business? Here's how to decide. Start with your business fundamentals. Do you have a product or service that people are actively searching for? Can you clearly articulate why someone should choose you over your competitors? Do you know your profit margins and your customer lifetime value? If you answered yes to those questions, then consider your resources. Do you have the budget to invest not just in clicks, but in proper setup, testing, and optimization? Can you commit the time to learn and manage campaigns, or do you have the budget to hire someone who knows what they're doing? Next, you need to look at your timeline and goals. If you need results immediately and have the budget to invest, Google Ads could be perfect. If you're looking for long-term sustainable growth and have limited budget, you might be better off focusing on organic strategies first. Consider starting small with a test budget. Don't bet your entire marketing budget on Google Ads from day one. Start with small campaigns targeting your most profitable keywords and see what happens. This gives you real data about whether Google Ads can work for your specific business. Remember, Google Ads aren't an all or nothing proposition. They can be one part of a larger marketing strategy. You must use them to supplement your organic traffic, your specific promotions, your local stuff, your SEO, your Google business profile, your social media posting. The key to having realistic expectations in Google Ads, because they aren't a magic bullet that will solve all your marketing problems. They're a tool. And then when that tool is used correctly by the right businesses under the right circumstances, it can be incredibly effective. So here's my final verdict. Google Ads are worth it for businesses that understand their fundamentals, have adequate budget, serve customers who are actively searching for their solutions, and can commit to ongoing management and improvement. It's not worth it for businesses with an unclear value, extremely tight profit margins, and very niche products with low search volume, or those expecting instant success without investment in proper setup and management. If you're still on the fence, here's what I recommend. Before you spend $1 on Google Ads, make sure you have clear answers to these questions. What's your customer lifetime value? What's your profit margin per sale? How much can you afford to spend to acquire a customer? What makes you different from your competitors? Do they actually search for what I sell? If you can answer all those questions confidently, then Google Ads might be an excellent investment for your business. If you can't, work on those fundamentals first. Remember, the most expensive Google ad campaign isn't the one that doesn't work, but the right Google Ads campaign for the right business at the right time can be one of the most profitable investments you'll ever make. The question isn't whether Google Ads works, it's whether they'll work for you. And now you have the framework to make that decision intelligently.